Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Listen, we are stronger together. We can't be separated and divided by the artificial barriers that are untrue. Just because someone doesn't look like you doesn't mean they don't care about you. You can reach out to them and say, I need your help. I want to work with you. Help me do the good things in our community. This is a community unity rally. Listen, we are overset with gun violence, crime, people who are frustrated, but we don't have to be frustrated. We have to get together to make our city a better place. Nobody should be hating you because of what you look like, what you think, or where you come from. And nobody should be hating me for that either. But unless we stand together, that's not going to happen. So our community unity rally is going to be a positive and fun event because that's what we want the city to be. A place where people have opportunity, they have jobs, a good education, but that's not going to happen if they can't walk out of their door, go to the park, stand at a bus station. So let's all make sure that everyone in our city is cared for and that we stand up for each other. We have got a great program. Let me tell you what this is about. It's not about speeches. You know what to say. This is about proving and showing by being here, all diverse people and communities and organizations, that we do stand together. So right now, I'm going to bring up two of our guests. One is, well, she needs no introduction in Chinatown. That is the queen of Chinatown. That is Mabel Chan. She's going to give a quick welcome, and she'll be followed by the president of the Philadelphia Council of Clergy. That is Archbishop Mary Floyd Palmer, who will give us a quick prayer and words of encouragement. Thank you. Let's hear it from Mabel Chan.
Good afternoon, our Asian American brother and sister. How you doing? Today we get here to warm welcome our Councilman David Oh. He come to protect our people, protect our city, protect everyone be equally. Thank you, our David Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Big hand for our David Oh. 还有我们亲爱的我们亚裔美国的我们兄弟姐妹们，今天我们在这里共同来支持我们的市议员 David Oh。他为了我们抽了他白忙的时间来这里支持大家，为我们反对暴力，反对种族歧视，我们都要站出来，为了保护我们的这个社会，也为了保护我们的自身，我们要极力的支持 David Oh Councilman， 就是支持我们自己。谢谢大家，谢谢的光临。Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mabel Chan. Get another microphone, get it ready. Okay, let me say that Mabel Chan, she is a very generous woman. People don't know how much she contributes and gives. That's one of the problems with the Asian American community. People don't know how much Asian Americans contribute to other communities in our city, but it's important that we start letting people know so that we can understand each other better. A person all about understanding is Archbishop Mary Floyd Palmer, president of the Philadelphia Council of Clergy.
That mic is off. Turn it on.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're so grateful that you are here today. I am holding a sign that says, "Let the healing begin." And it is the healing poster for my nonprofit Community Healing Project for All, which is actually my late dad's organization 2021. May I say that healing is defined as restoring those who might have had conflicts between people and group and bringing it to a resolution. So can I say that healing has to begin with us individually and then collectively. I know that no one is here for gun violence. It affects everyone, age, gender, creed, religious belief, or even anything at all that would make you separate from your neighbor. But after the gun violence, healing has to begin, and everyone has to do their part, not only to stop it, to decrease it, eradicate it, but then begin to heal with one another so that we all can get along. We're in the best country in the world where we can make this possible, and it takes individuals, you, me, and everyone, to work collectively to have healing begin. If I may, please let us pray. Our God and Creator, we thank you for this moment in time. We thank you for this gathering of these thy people. We thank you that each of us is alive on this beautiful day to come together with a collective message. That message is, Lord, we need the gun violence to stop. The mothers and the fathers, the family members to cease their crying. The loss of life from Black, white, Asian, and any other color or race, ethnicity, from young to the old. We need it, God, right now, even in the city of Philadelphia. We need peace to surround. And we pray that if we do have a conflict, we will be able to be agreeable, but not disagreeable, to resolve our conflicts and to bring about a collective collaboration of peace, one with the other. Even in this moment, we pray that as each one goes through this program, you will be encouraged, we will be empowered, and we will begin to do the work even the more. Thank you for those that are doing it. Strengthen them so they will not quit. But even those that have been wondering, help them to join this effort and to do it so that all will be able to live in peace. I ask this, God, even right now, right here in this block with these people gathered, and I pray that you will allow this prayer to reach your ears and your spirit will fall so that we can once again be able to live together in peace and harmony. This is my prayer for all who are here, and we all say amen, amen, and amen. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much, Archbishop Mary Floyd Palmer, President of the Philadelphia Council of Clergy. Listen, we're now going to get a video message on our screen from Daphne Kwok. She is Vice President of AARP.
Daphne?
No, it's a video.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Philadelphia. I'm Daphne Kwok, Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the American Pacific Islander audience for AARP. Thank you so much, Councilmember Oh and the... Hello, Philadelphia. I'm Daphne Kwok, Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Asian American Pacific Islander audience for AARP. Thank you so much, Councilmember Oh and the City of Philadelphia for inviting me to deliver a message today. Thank you for taking a step forward to move this nation to embrace Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders and to enable us to feel like we belong here in our country. Nearly 60 years ago, I was born right here in Philadelphia. And so when I'm asked, where am I from, I proudly respond, Philadelphia, the birthplace of this nation. But this May, our community celebrations are a bit more tempered, with the daily news about hate incidences throughout the country, especially against our elders. My message is one of unity. We must, as a nation, come together. Racism is a public health issue, and AARP strongly condemns all racially motivated violence and harassment. Today, will you all join me to commit to eradicating hate against all people, not just AAPIs, and to build a community of belonging? Can you take these 3 simple steps with me? Learn about AAPI history. Helen Zia talks about AAPI's MIH, missing in history. Let's fix that by watching the PBS Asian American series that's being provided free right now by PBS. Let's reach out to our elders. Take them groceries or cook for them. Take them for walks or take them to their appointments. And more importantly, call them so that we can help break their isolation. Reach out to 3 people who are totally different from you. Set up a meeting, and when we can all get together, invite them out to lunch. Get to know them as people. Let's break down the barriers between us. I'll see you May 2022, and let's report back on the work that we have all contributed to making our country the United States of America. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Daphne Kwok, AARP Vice President. Give her a warm round of applause. Let me tell you, I'm a councilman at large. I get not 1 penny from this city. If it isn't for AARP, we wouldn't have this beautiful stage. If it wasn't for our sponsors, let me tell you who they are. Waterford Solutions, LLC, Pan-Asian Association of Greater Philadelphia, Metro Chinese Weekly, Councilman Mark Squila, Korean Association of Greater Philadelphia, and Mr. Greg Mester. We could not do this, so we thank them. Let me bring up John Chin, Nick Shinoy will be on the video, and Dan Sal. Let me tell you who they are. John Chin is the chairman of the Mayor's Commission on Asian American Affairs. He's the executive director of Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation. Dan Sal is the publisher of the Metro Chinese Weekly, Action for Asians, and Nick Shinoy is the founder and the CEO of the Asian American Chamber of Commerce and the president of the Pan-Asian Association of Greater Philadelphia. John, come on over, say hello.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Mark Squilla, thank you. I'm going to make my remarks brief, but I just want to say I want to thank AARP for being the major sponsor for this speaking engagement today. I'm going to keep it brief. This is my community. This is your community. This is your community. This is your community and your community. This is all of our communities, and there's no place for hate. Black, white, yellow, purple, brown, it doesn't matter. There's no place for hate. We are all Philadelphians. We are all one. We are a city of immigrants. We are a city of Philadelphians. So today, we take back the narrative. Today, we take back the streets. Today, we take back our community because we are all one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Dan Sal. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh man, I haven't seen so many people here in Chinatown for a long, long time. It is like PCDC's Chinatown night market back again. In March 28th, over 1,000 Chinese Americans gathered here in front of the Friendship Gate to rally against the Asian hate. That was a raining day, and we have so many people holding umbrella and saying "Stop Asian Hate." And right now, 6 weeks later, we're here again with the effort of the office of David Oh, and with so many friends from other ethnic communities and efforts join here together with the Chinese Americans to rally against gun violence, Asian hate, and the crime. So myself, as the first generation immigrant and also a father of 3 kids, as well as a business owner in Chinatown, personally, I want to join force with David Oh's office to urgently asking for everybody to stand up together and fight for equity and the safety of Philadelphia. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dan Sal. Now we're going to see a video message from Nick Shinoy, president of the Pan-Asian Association.
It is my privilege to be here today, virtually celebrating Asian Heritage Month with you. I am Nick Shenoy, Chairman of Pan Asian Association of Greater Philadelphia, which was established in 1982 to represent Asian Americans in the Delaware Valley. We are glad to be part of this event, and I thank Councilman David Oh for organizing this important gathering. Asian Heritage Month is an opportunity for us to celebrate our rich culture and our contribution to the growth of this nation since its inception. It is also a platform to address our issues such as Asian hate, which is escalating and putting our lives and future in danger. Blaming Asians for the pandemic must simply stop. Recent damages to our businesses during the riots has also emphasized the need for proper policing and enforcement of crimes affecting our lives. Vast majority of Asians are law-abiding, hardworking, and industrious. Like most other ethnic immigrants to this country, Asian immigrants have come to escape oppressive governments with the hope of finding a better life for their families. Diversity should be celebrated, not hated. Stop Asian hate. Legislation on hate crime alone is not sufficient to deter anti-Asian sentiments. Proactive and collective efforts by the community at large is needed to educate and reject xenophobia, racism, and stereotyping. As this pandemic has devastated everyone's lives, let us focus on working to recover by supporting each other, by accepting and respecting our differences. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.
All right, okay, that's Nick Shenoy. Listen, we're going to bring up some very special people. You heard of their organizations. You may have heard of their names as well. We have Alida Garcia from the National Homicide Justice Alliance, Dr. Dorothy Johnson Spate, Mothers in Charge, Shantae Love from Amir, Every Murder is Real. Let me tell you something. These are very serious ladies. They have lost children to murder, not just hate, murder. And that has caused them to go out to save other people the heartache of losing their children and loved ones to gun violence. Please, let's have a warm round of applause for these community leaders.
Councilman, when you get that, put down, stand right up.
Nydia Han. Want to make sure. Okay, I want to know if we have any immigrants here. Raise your hand. Guess what? Me too. I was born in Cuba. Came here when I was 4 years old, and I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to live here. Most of us are from a different countries, somewhere along the line. And I think that's what makes us strong and beautiful. It's our diversity that makes us who we are. And that's something that we can never give up. So a hand raised against a brother, if he's an Asian brother or he's an African American brother, is a hand raised against me. I just wanted to say, as a proud Latina, that I support the Asian community. I'm proud to stand with you, and I offer you my sincere friendship. I'd like to introduce you to two of my very, very close sisters, Dr. Dorothy Johnson Spite and Shantae Love. Dr. Dorothy?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I first of all want to thank the councilman for bringing us together. This is really what it's about, us all coming together, stopping Asian hate, stopping all hate, finding peace and love in our community. That's what we desire. That's what we need. My sign on the back says what? Stop the violence. That's what we want. That's what we want. Everyone say it with me. Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
We must learn to live in love and peace. All of us together. So thank you for bringing us together today.
Thank you
and let us
very much.
continue to be together, because that's what it's going to take No one is safe until we're all safe. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
I am very honored that we are here together because you are my sisters and you are my brothers. There is no difference between us, that we may come from different places, but today we live with love, heart, peace, grace, mercy, that don't let no one tell you that we don't love each other. And that as we denounce hate and we uplift peace and we uplift love, it is that we will never allow any more murders to happen, because murder is too real, it's too detrimental, it's too painful. But today, I want to thank my brother, because he has always been a solid rock for us. And I love you, and I love you, and I love you. And I say peace for all of our future.
All right, let's hear it for them. Listen, we have got a little something from us, Alita, to show them that we love them back. So for Alita Garcia, Dorothy Spate, Shantae Love, this is from all of us to you and their things.
For you to give it to me.
Alita. All right. Have Alita come back. They want to take a picture of the four of us. Thank you very much. Fantastic. We're going to take a quick picture. Come on, Alita Garcia. We're going to come back here. Yes. All right. I'll hold this for you. Michael. All right, thank you very much. Listen, look for their website, make a donation, try to help them in their work, because they're carrying it all. Here we go. All right, let me go to my notes here. Next up, we have two very special people. How many people here saw Concrete Cowboy at Netflix? There was a vicious villain, but in real life, he's a super nice guy. His name is Michael O.G. Taban, and he's all about love over hate. Come on out, O.G.
Peace and love, Dave.
All right.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Listen, I want everybody to understand, because a lot of people right now are blaming God even for how bad things are. And they say things like, well, why is God allowing this to happen? So I asked God, I learned in prison how to pray to God and be quiet and listen for the answer. And what he told me was, I allow these things to happen because these things is what make us act human to one another. Think about this, guys. If nothing would have bad happened to black people and Asian people, even though we go to the store, we live in the same neighborhoods, we wouldn't have never came together like this. Can we be honest? Would we have came together like this if it wasn't for us going through bad times?
No, not at all.
So now when do we begin to learn to come together in good times? How many of y'all would rather come together to celebrate than to be going through this?
All right.
I didn't hear you. How many would rather be coming to celebrate our victory over violence than to be standing here begging?
Come on, everybody. Victory? Yeah, of course.
So the slogan is, because everything has a brand and a label. What we brand is fight hate with love. When I say fight hate, y'all say with love. Fight hate
with love.
Fight hate
with love.
Fight hate
with love.
We are the city of brotherly love and we are the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, or are we Philadelphia? Which
brotherly
one?
love and sisterly affection. Come on, everybody.
We have to make it live up to its name, and that is up to us. The police officers, the black people, the white people, the Asian people. I believe this violence is a lesson to us all. We can turn around and jump the devil, but we got to do it together.
All right, OJ.
5 fingers ball up into a fist. Let's go.
Stay right here. Listen, we've got this for OG Law. It's a resolution passed in City Council recognizing and honoring Philadelphia artist, musician, and anti-violence activist Michael OG Law Taban for his 15 years of work and advocacy on behalf of returning citizens, victims of crime, and disadvantaged youth in Philadelphia. Outstanding, Mike Taban.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Philadelphia. We can beat this fight. We got to fight hate with love and bury the hate. Let me hear y'all say, bury the hate. Bury the hate. All right, let's get it done.
All right, thank you, OG Love. We got Cohen Thompson here. Come on up, Cohen. Cohen was on a lot of TV shows.
Cohen Thompson.
He's roller skating, but let me tell you what he does. He's a surgical assistant, but he loves roller skating. Out of his pocket, he bought roller skates and gave free skating lessons to children. I went to Granham Playground. I couldn't believe it. 300 children, teenagers, parents, skating at 8 o'clock at night, not caring about gun violence because they were safe. Food, family, fun. Come on out here, Cohen. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Come on. All right, good seeing you.
It's always good seeing David. Thank you very much, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right. Right. I'm not usually like shy around like a crowd because we have this many people at our park on 65th and Coloho in West Philadelphia. What I will touch on is the reason why I'm here. I think David is a good example of coming together and working with people from all over. David's not from my district, but he came all the way from where he's at, which he didn't have to do, just to try to see how we were living on our side. I can't thank him enough. He helped us raise awareness, not only for roller skating, but for just bringing people together. And I think just talking about coming together is one thing, but doing it is another. We have to show everybody that we can come together on all levels, not just when something bad happens. So whether we come together, physically is one, whether we put all of our finances together as one, shopping, us coming to Chinatown or us going anywhere together, night marketing all together as one. It shows a lot of resilience and it shows a lot of strength with us. Now, Skate University is a nonprofit organization, and we build families and we build, character with kids and adults through roller skating. It's not a sport, so it's not like we're in race to, be better than the other. It's how can you be a better version of yourself? And that's what we managed to do. We average about maybe 300 to 500 people that come out to our park area. Now, right now, we're not funded by anybody. We would love to be, but we're not. And we still average about 300 people, and we're still able to feed them. 100 pretzels cost $38 from Pretzel Factory. 20 boxes of pizza cost $108 from the Little Caesar app. So I'm not rich by any means. I just know how to shop, just like some people do with your coupons and everything. But imagine if everybody here did the same thing that I did.
Let's help them.
I mean, I do need help. I would love the donations, but I would actually love you guys to come in person.
I'm saying let's help him.
Yeah.
He doesn't get any money from the city. The city's got to fund these people. They do it out of their pocket. Yeah. They do it off the muscle. They do it off the heart. Our city's got to fund it. But in the meantime, if you are going to prove that you care about the black community, about African-American children, about Latinos, about everybody else facing problems, who have come out here to stand with you, we got to get them some money, right? Come on. Yes, we do. Absolutely. Let me do this. This is for Cohen Thompson.
Thank you.
This is a resolution from the City Council, Philadelphia, recognizing Cohen Thompson, founder of Skate University, for his outstanding contributions and ongoing service to disadvantaged youth in his native West Philadelphia community. Let's give him some love and encouragement.
Thank you, David.
All right. And this very bright young lady is his somebody special,
Yes,
who he does all this work with.
This is my my girlfriend and future wife, Tamika.
All right.
This is this is my brother Tommy Blackwell. Everybody knows Tommy.
All right, Tommy Blackwell.
I don't want to say too much. I just want to say support Skate University, support Cohen Thompson. He does amazing things with these young children. And I'm talking about, you want to prevent gun violence? Put down the guns, pick up some skates. Please support Skate University. What's the website, Cohen? Queen, tell them what the website is. You know what
skateu.org. SK8U.org.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, listen, we're going to bring up our last group before you get some great music because you've been standing. So hang on a second. We're going to bring up Asteria Vives, Greg Bucciaroni, and I think Shannon Farrell is on her way. When she gets here, we'll recognize her. Let me tell you who this gentleman is. He is a man who goes around helping start town watches so people can watch their communities and feel safe, and they coordinate with the police in the city. If you need to form a town watch, that's Greg Bucciaroni. He is everywhere. You've seen him. He's a man, a few words, a lot of action. He doesn't get a lot of love. Let's thank him for what he does. All right. Now, a lady of a lot of words, that is Asteria Vives. She is everywhere, helping everybody. She puts her neck on the line. She's done it for the Asian American community, the African American community, the communities around her neighborhoods that are Caucasian and Hispanic. Asteria Vives. Let's hear it for Asteria Vives.
Hola, hola, hola. Buenas tardes. How is everyone doing? How is my Asian family doing? Now, you know I've been a community activist for so many years, exceeding 20. All of you have always been mi familia. Mi familia, especially Alba, the Greater Philadelphia Chinese Restaurant Association.
All right.
And where's my hermano here? Councilman David Oh.
Listen, we have something for Asteria Vives for all her work that she does. I'm going to give you this. This is for your tremendous commitment to improving the quality of life of your community as an activist and community leader.
I want to share something very, very important. And for those of you that don't know English, please translate this to them.
When I'm done.
If any of you are being assaulted, if somebody is attacking you while you're busy trying to fumble, you make sure you take that mask off. You make sure you take that hood off. You make sure you take out whatever they got so their face can show on the surveillance cameras, because we need to get these criminals off
Absolutely.
the street.
Not to do it again.
We got to get them off the street. So make sure they don't get away with their mask on, with their hood on, with their cap on. You make sure you get them, and that's really important. So please think about when you are alone in the street. Try not to be alone in the street. But when you are alone in the street, think about and prepare yourself if you are attacked. Because we got to help get those criminals. I want to thank everyone.
Thank you,
know that
Asteria.
I care about all of you very much. The only difference is right now is more crime.
This is for Greg Bucciaroni for his hard work, dedication as a member of Town Watch, integrated service in supporting public safety and coordinating town watches throughout the city. Greg.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for all you do.
I just want to say that thank you. This is what solidarity looks like. When I look into the crowd, I see races of all culture, ethnic groups, religious faiths, and backgrounds. This is what solidarity in the city of brotherly love looks like. Thank you all.
All right, listen, let's thank our police officers from civil affairs, our police captains and lieutenants that are out here making sure nobody gets hit by a car or anything else. The people with the red bands at civil affairs, they're making sure everybody's safe. We have the police department recruiters way back there waving. They're saying, come on by, sign up, be a police officer in the city of Philadelphia. They're there if you want to sign up. Listen, I'm going to introduce this young man right here. Sam Oropeza, he's up in Harrogate. If you've watched television and you've seen what's going on in Kensington with the drug addiction, the murders, the shootings, people defecating. If you don't know what that means, take a look at what that means. Defecating in front of your house, on your sidewalk. Kids can't walk around. That's what they're dealing with. Yeah, we got to help people who have addiction. Yes, we do. But we can't leave behind the children and the people who are residents there. Sam is a developer, but he's a guy who cleans the community. He's the founder of Together for a Better Harrogate. Let's hear it for Sam Oropeza.
Thank you. Hey, I just want to thank Councilman Oh for organizing all this and getting to know David how I have lately. He is somebody who takes his duty as a public servant very serious. So I just want to thank David for organizing this. I got to admit something to everybody. I've driven down this street so many times, and I'm embarrassed to admit this is the first time I've ever walked down the street right here. And I just want to tell everybody that absolutely beautiful street, so well kept. I feel so welcome, and I just want to thank everybody for that. I also want to say that for anybody, the Asian community, anybody being targeted for violence, I will always stand behind you. I will always support you. And looking out into the crowd right now, it's just awesome to be around other residents of the city who support peace. So important to support peace. And this is the only thing that I really want to say. What David said is absolutely true. There's so much violence. There's so much conflict in that neighborhood. And what breaks my heart, I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and I was raised by a single mother. From my experiences, I got into the martial arts, and it helped change my life, and it helped put discipline into my life. The amount of violence that's happening in the city of Philadelphia and what the children have to see every day, especially in the neighborhood where we're in the neighborhoods like Kensington and other forgotten neighborhoods, is absolutely terrible, and it should not happen. These kids should not have to live with violence, with conflict around them all day long. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you, David O, for putting this together.
All right, Sam, thank you. Listen, everybody. This man was a professional MMA fighter, so you don't want to mess with this man. All right.
I got kids now.
He's got kids now. Listen, I know we got the Philadelphia Fashion Task Force walking around here. They're going to come say hello in a second. We're going to give you a break to relax, stop standing stiff. But this is the PHL Live winner of the jazz category. Give it to Whack Cheddar.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, everybody. We're Whack Cheddar. We're so happy to be here playing for you all. Big shout out to David O and AARP for having us perform today. We're really honored to be here playing for such a great cause. We're gonna do a couple originals for you guys. Thanks for hanging around.
1, 2, 3, 4.
How we doing, Philadelphia? We are Whack Cheddar. We're from right here. We're so thrilled to be with you, spreading good vibes through music. Let's go. We got John on the drum. We got Russ on the guitar. Anthony, saxophone, trumpet. All the way from Fishtown on the bass, we got Nick Lombardelli. Hey, I want everyone to put their hands on 2 and 4 now. Come on. Come on, everybody, you gotta get in the groove. Oh, all right, here we go. Here we go now. Here we go now. Oh, here we go now. Everybody. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit softer now. 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 A little bit louder 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 now. Woo! Philadelphia, we love you. Yeah. Thank you, Philadelphia.
This one's working. Look, Whack Cheddar. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's give it to Whack Cheddar. All right, listen, we got a couple of our keynote speakers, so let's gather around. We got from 6 ABC, Nydia Han. We've got the Philadelphia Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw. Let's bring up Nydia Han and Commissioner Outlaw. We'll start with Nydia Han. She needs no introduction. You've seen her on your television. You know all about her. But she's been leading the fight against anti-Asian hate all over the country. Our own Nydia Han. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Philadelphia, Councilman Oh, and to all of our city leaders. Thank you so much for hosting this unity rally. I am so happy to see each and every one of you. To our Korean American seniors in the audience, 안녕하세요. 조심하세요. 안녕하세요. I speak out in support of our communities and against racism and hate for a very simple reason. I am a mother, a daughter, and a community member. And every Sunday morning when I anchor the news, I am reading about yet the latest gun violence victim. And quite often, that victim or those victims are children and teenagers. And every time I scroll through my social media feed, I see yet another attack against an Asian American. And quite often, that victim looks like my own father. Enough is enough. We have got to stop what is happening and change the narrative. And this hate is nothing new. Throughout our history, racist labels and stereotypes and false notions have created fear, division, dehumanization. They've been used to oppress and enslave. So it is imperative that together we lock arms and don't just stand shoulder to shoulder, but stand on top of each other's shoulders so that we can see over the wall of racism and hate. That is why I talk as much about George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery as I talk about Suncha Park and Visha Ratanapakdi. That is why I talk about Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate, because this is America. And we have to create a safe place where we all feel like we belong. This is not just about Asian Americans, and this is not just about our Black brothers and sisters. This is about all of us. All of our public safety and the health of us and who we are and who we want to be. There is no us versus them. It is all about we. So we have to stop letting others hit us against one another, and we have to work together. You know, for so long as a kid, people would make fun of me for my heritage and my almond-shaped eyes, and I wouldn't say anything. No more. Stand up, speak up, call out racism. It is not okay to have a menu item called COVID mac and cheese. It is not okay to make jokes at our expense, because those jokes are killing us. So I thank every one of you for being here today. I am unapologetically Asian. I speak for Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate, because this is America. And to all of the AAPIs out there, Happy Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. This is our month, guys. We have a lot to celebrate. We have a lot to be proud of. I am right here with you. And I am so glad that you are here and you know that we belong. And to all of you, when you leave this rally today, I hope that your solidarity does not end. Speak up, stand up, and take action in your communities, in your schools, in your places of work, because we need you. And if we can seize this moment and turn it into a movement to change our narratives, we can make America a better place for all of us. Thank you so much.
All right. It's Nydia Han. Listen, we have something for you, a small token of all of our admiration. It says, Certificate of Recognition for Outstanding Leadership, Nydia Han, for her exemplary service, commitment, and dedication to the Asian American community in Philadelphia through her advocacy towards ending Asian hate and violence. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. But honestly, I don't do this for awards. I do this for all of us and for our families. So I want to hear you all say, we belong.
We belong.
We belong.
We belong.
This is America.
This is America.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Listen, she's got to wake up way early, so thanks for being out here. Now, listen, the person in charge of dealing with everything from murder to drug dealing to drug addiction to quality of life crimes, every sort of thing, keeping everything safe and hopefully preventing crime from happening so people can get out and about. Our Philadelphia Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you, Councilmember. Oh, say it again. Enough is enough. Say it, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We stand here in solidarity with our AAPI community. And we're here to say, regardless of what we look like, regardless of what we came from, we will not tolerate Asian hate. We will not tolerate discrimination. We will not tolerate xenophobia. Every Philadelphian deserves to feel safe, whether you live here, whether you work here, whether you play here, whether you shop here, whether you have a business here, regardless of what you look like. I'm an African-American woman, but I stand here in solidarity with you, my brothers and sisters here today, as does your Philadelphia Police Department. We love you, and I can't make that any clearer. I think almost maybe about 2 weeks ago in West Philadelphia, I was surrounded by mothers and fathers that were grieving the loss of their children and their loved ones around gun violence. The gun violence has to stop as well. Put down the guns. Stop the hate. Enough is enough. Stop the cycle of generational trauma. Enough is enough. We love you. We support you. Thank you for being here, standing up for your community and showing the rest of the world what you will and will not tolerate. This is how it's supposed to be done. Have a good evening. Thank you. Oh, let me put my mask back on. Hold on. Thank you, sir.
All right, listen. We got to support our police commissioner, Danielle Outlaw. Give it to her. All right, she's got a tough job. Don't make it any tougher. She's got a tough job. Listen, support her. She's got a very tough job. Make it easy. Organize yourself. Speak up. Look out for the person next to you. Look out for your neighbor. And listen, reach out to people who don't look like you. So they know you care. A lot of why people hate is they don't think you care. But you got to reach and let them know that you do. Listen, we're going to bring up some entertainment giants. I see Rob Schwartz from HUMAC. Come on up, Rob. Is Plex here? Plex from the Philly Hip Hop Awards. And then we have Kevin Parker. Kevin Parker, are you here? Come on up, Kevin. Kevin is a co-founder of the Philly Fashion Week and also the Philly Fashion Task Force co-chair. So let me introduce you first to Rob Schwartz, HUMAG distribution, music, television, all that. And then Kevin Parker, I'll let you guys take it away.
How you doing, everybody? Rob Schwartz in the place to be. How's everyone doing today? All right, so I got a very important question for you guys. Is there a vaccine for violence? I mean, is there a cure for hate and ignorance? If there was, what would we put in it? Love, caring, understanding, patience. And me, probably music as well. Because music does cure everything. Yeah. So I grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, across the bridge, which was a melting pot of nationalities and religions. As a Jewish boy, my best friends were Filipino, Thai, Black, Spanish, Italian, and more. And I still have them as best friends to this day. My mom was a home ec teacher over at McCall School down the street, over on 6th and Delancey. I remember being a little kid and going over there and making cookies with all the ESOL students and had the best time. My dad was a chemical engineer at the Philadelphia Naval Base, and he had multiple friends of all different religions. So I was lucky. I was brought up in a house without any racism. I didn't experience racism until later, as I left Cherry Hill, I went to different areas. And being a Jewish person, I experienced racism against me, as well as being around people that experienced it with other people. So one thing that really saddens me, though, is hearing personal stories from my Asian friends about what's going on. Personal stories here in 2021. It saddens me to turn on the news and see all the murders in our own backyard. It's sad. It saddens me to see we had almost 200 homicides already. It's not even halfway through the year. What's the solution? How do we keep violence off our street? Keep our families, our friends safe? What do we do? So if Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna can't come up with a vaccine for violence, what can we do as individuals, as employees, as companies? So I own a company called Humag Distribution. I've been with Sony Records now for over 10 years. One thing I did is to learn music is very influential to other people. So what I did, and we also, as music distributors, we have a lot of responsibilities. Through my distribution, recently I put a new policy in place after what happened with Atlanta spot killings. And that thing is that we no longer upload any music videos that have guns, violence, and definitely not any hate, bullying. And definitely not with any hate, bullying, and stereotypes. That would be harmful to others. That's very important. I hope this influences other music distribution companies to do the same. To not put out negative music and start putting out more positive music and helpful music. I know it's a small step. That's what I'm trying to do. It's a small step. But if we all take little steps together, we could be the vaccine. So please, everybody, support what we're doing here. Thank you, guys. And here we go. Thank you.
All right, Rob Schwartz. All right, Humag Distribution. Let's hear it for Kevin Parker, Philly Fashion Week.
Councilman Oh, I want to thank you so much for all that you do for our communities. It's so beautiful to see all of you out here supporting these initiatives. It is imperative that we stop Asian hate. The Asian community has been instrumental in my personal career. Some of my first major gigs was styling for Vietnam's Next Top Model and styling for Harper's Bazaar Vietnam. And my Asian brothers and sisters are some of the people who helped catapult my career to be able to do what I do and I love. So we stand with you in solidarity. We truly love you. We appreciate each and every one of you. And events like this are a step in the right direction. And we also must stop gun violence. I'm a victim of gun violence. I lost my uncle to gun violence. I've been shot at. I mean, at the end of the day, I have a crazy story, but we must end gun violence. So we must reinvest in our youth programs and get our kids off the streets. So thank you, Councilman O. Thank all of you, and let's continue to stop Asian hate and stop gun violence.
All right, Kevin Parker, Philly Fashion Week, Philly Fashion Industry, and Rob Schwartz.
Can I get a quick picture of everybody with the peace signs in the air?
Come on, give it to him. All right, looking good, Rob. Listen, we've got a great group coming up now. These are your elected officials. Let me just tell you something. Why does this matter? People tell me, like, why do you rally? Violence starts in the heart. Healing starts in the heart. If you don't start doing this, it will not grow. You got to change those people who don't think things matter. They can't change things. You get together, you believe, and then you start changing who they are. Let me tell you who we got supporting us. Let that go. Pan-Asian Association, Action for Asians, Accion Colombia, AFRICOM. I see Dr. Eric Eady. That is, AFRICOM is 16 African Caribbean organizations. Thank you. We have the American Society of Capoeira and Arts from Brazil, the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, APA Empowerment Coalition, Argentinos in Philadelphia, Asian American Chamber of Commerce, Asian American Licensed Beverage Association, Azerbaijan Society of America, Casa Venezuela, Central Pennsylvania Korean Association, Chinese Restaurant Association of Greater Philadelphia, Coalicion, Latina de Philadelphia, Councilman Mark Squilla, Delaware Korean Association, different kind of Democrats, Dominican Grocers. El Sol Latino Newspaper, Amir Healing Center, Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, Forum of Sarmacadian Americans, I see Dallaire right there. Okay, from Central Asia, Harrogate Civic Association, Home Quarter and Friends, Jamaica Diaspora, Northeast USA, Dr. Karen Dunkley, I see you over there. Jewish Community Relations Council, Korean American Chamber of Commerce for Philadelphia, Federation of Korean American Associations of Northeastern USA, Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia, Korean American Association of Southern New Jersey, Liberty Bell Small Business Association, those are our Russian-speaking friends, Malayali Community, Metro Chinese Weekly, Metro Viet News, Mothers in Charge, Music Industry Task Force, Muslim League of Voters of the Delaware Valley, National Homicide Justice Alliance, National Federation of Filipino American Associations, Northeast Philadelphia Connected, the two Romans. I know they're here. They'll be up shortly. It's a long list. Let me get through this. Because it's important to know all the different people that want to stand with you. North City Congress, Duke Orsino, right? There we are, Marine for Antoni, Northern Living Center, Philadelphia Council of Clergy, Philadelphia Police Asian American Advisory Committee, Phil Latinos Radio, Philip Jason Memorial Foundation, Philly Chinatown Watch, Philly Fashion Week, Philly Hip Hop Awards, Urban Celebrity Magazine, Black Magazine, Philadelphia Neighborhood Small Business Council, PHL Live Center Stage, Project North Sea, Q Flicks, Salvation of Sorrows, Stand Up South Philly, there he is, Anthony Giordano, Together for a Better Harrogate, Turkish, Ahika, America Foundation, Sharat, I saw you here, there he is, right in the middle, Sharat Temrov, National Federation, President, Vietnamese American Community of USA, and HUMAG Distribution. With that, let me bring up our elected officials who are here. Okay. Oh, let's take this too. All right, everybody, let's hear it for Sheriff Rochelle Bilal, Representative Danilo Burgos, Representative Martina White, Councilman Mark Squila, Councilman of this district. And then we'll have video remarks from the Minority Leader of the Pennsylvania House, that is Joanna McClinton. All right, you're up, Sheriff.
Hello, everybody. Work with me. Stop the violence. I gotta shout you out. Stop the hate. Stop the violence. Stop the hate. I'm Rochelle Bilal, Sheriff for the City and County of Philadelphia, and the Sheriff Association says we stand with all our Philadelphians, and if one person is hated on, all of us is hated on. If there's injustice one place, there's injustice everywhere. So we say, stop the violence, stop the hate. We all have to live here together. We all have to work together. And so for those who want to come into our cities and bring hate towards any one of us, we are saying right now, stop the violence, stop the hate, because we're going to work together. So if you want to come in here and cause hate on any one of us, any of our Asian brothers and sisters, we say no. How about we say hell no? Hell no. How about we say hell no? Hell no. All right, just bleep it out for the little kids. We're just going to make sure we keep it moving. Thank you so much. I'm here in support of you. The Sheriff Office is in support of everybody being treated fairly across this city. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. State Representative Danilo Burgos from the 197th Legislative District, representing Hunting Park, Feltonville, West Kensington area, Swamp Poodle. You know, as a crime victim also, unfortunately in this city, I've always channeled my energy in a positive way. It takes less effort to work in a positive way than to accuse and to hate. It takes less effort to say thank you, please, may I, and respect, and to have empathy for one another than to hate. So there is no room in Chinatown, there's no room in Philadelphia, and there's definitely no room in the 197th Legislative District for hate. So thank you everyone for coming out and supporting Councilman Oh. Thank you for bringing us all together.
All right,
and let's
Danilo.
continue to bring peace to our city.
All right, listen, Danilo used to be president of the Dominican Grocers Association. Now he's a state representative Our next speaker is a leader in the House. She is the Secretary of the Caucus, the majority. That is Martina White.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here today. And thank you, David O, for putting all of this together for our city and for our local communities. Look, as an elected official, we are leaders and we are to continue to combat violence in this city, including violence against Asian Americans. We are all Americans and we have to continue to educate our children so that they understand that we cannot treat people differently because of their appearance. That is just destructive and really causes issues throughout our community. It's a violation of our fundamental tenet that all men and women are created equally and should be treated thus. You know, secondly, I just want to reiterate, I know you probably heard it a lot today, that anytime we witness this kind of hateful behavior in our city, we need to report it. If there's an ongoing investigation and you know that there is something that might be helpful to our local police, report it to them, let them know, give them the information they need to better protect our community. And most importantly, follow up to make sure that that crime actually got prosecuted in Philadelphia. We need a district attorney who will fully prosecute all violent crimes and seek penalties against anyone who commits these acts of violence, especially against our Asian community members. It doesn't matter if it's a fist, a knife, or a gun. We need to protect our communities, and the best way to do that is to commit to getting the information our local PD needs. So let's continue to come together as Philadelphians. Let's shine a light on the criminal behavior. Let's help protect our Asian community and the victims of violent crime. You know, on May 18th, you're actually going to have a great opportunity to get out and vote. Yes, May 18th is a day, it's a primary day, where you can get out and vote. And what Pennsylvania state legislature has done is put a ballot question on your, when you go into the voting booth, you're going to see a question on there, and it's going to talk about making sure that protecting people from discrimination based on race or ethnicity, that is enshrined in our Constitution, not just a state law. So when you get in there, you have the opportunity to vote yes, to enshrine that in our Constitution so that all people are protected from discrimination. And finally, I just want to, again, thank you all for being here today, for continuing to help protect our communities and promote our safe streets. Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, State Representative Martina White. Okay, now listen, I didn't introduce this gentleman. I've known him a long time. We've been friends a long time. This is State Senator Sharif Street.
All right. Stop Asian hate. It's very basic. It's very fundamental. But we don't, when we want to stop hate, we want to stop hateful speech. That means we don't want conspiracy theories talking about directed at the Asian community. We need to be truthful. We need to stop the vicious speech that people who hold positions like me have advanced. It creates a permission structure for people to act in a hateful manner. We have to stop Asian hate. We have to stop allowing people in positions of authority to speak hateful ways, to demean people, to objectify people. Because when you do that, it creates an environment where people act on that and people get hurt. And so it's important that we stand up here and we make it clear that there is no place for Asian hate. And for those people who think they're being patriotic by attacking somebody because of the way they look, nothing could be less patriotic than attacking people because of the way they look. Nothing could be less patriotic than attacking our Asian American brothers and sisters. Nothing could be less patriotic. We have a Constitution that is supposed to protect people no matter how they look, where they were born, how they love. And we need to make sure, and how they worship. And we need to make sure that we all speak up. That means that folks who are black have to speak up for folks that are Asian. And folks that are white have to speak up for folks that are black. And folks are straight, they have to speak up for Asians. And David's telling me it's time for me to go. Because we got a lot of folks out here, okay? Stop Asian hate. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Senator. Listen, we have the councilman of this district. He does a great job. He is Councilman Mark Squilla.
Good evening, everyone. And I think right now, let's all give Councilmember O a great round of applause, putting this together, unifying everybody.
All right,
great
thank
job,
you,
Councilman O. And I want to say that today, it's so important that when we unite, we stop division. When we love, we conquer hate. And that's the message we need to give to everybody here, not only in the city of Philadelphia, and not only in the country, but in the world. We in Philadelphia should stand up and show we are the leaders. We know what it's like when people are treated unfairly. And we got to stand up for each other. As you heard Senator Street just said, we stand up for each other. We unify. People will not divide us. And that's the most important message we could have today. Also, crime is something that we all need to stand up against. The victims of crime, we need to support. These things are important. We need to help them. When we see a crime, we need to report it. So us as Philadelphians, us as Americans, we stand together, we unite. Unite will stop division, and love will conquer hate. Let's go. Thank you.
All right, they want to take a picture, Councilman Squilla, and what happened to Senator Sharif Teed? Let's take this picture real quick. And then we're going to have Del P.J. Reezy come up. Okay. All right, I think Senator Sharif left both in this picture.
Check. I wasn't sure. I didn't want you to...
How y'all doing, Philly? I said, how y'all doing, Philly? Put the L up for love, y'all. If y'all got love in here, put the L up.
All right.
You got the love.
Okay. All right, Del P, give me a second. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Make some noise for David O, y'all.
Stay right here, Del P. J. Reezy. We're going to have you in a second. We're going to have the Vietnamese president and some other folks come up real quick, our community leaders real fast. But listen, I want to recognize Rochelle Bilal for standing with the Asian American community against Philadelphia's discriminatory 11 p.m. ordinance. Remember that? When they were targeting Chinese restaurants, closing them at 11, fining them $2,000. Do you know what I said to the Chinese? I said, you will have no better friend than the black community, because they know all about these types of laws. They know all about this type of discrimination. And these people from China were surprised because they only got here recently. But you know who came out to stand with them? Rochelle Bilal. She was not the sheriff at that time. She was the president of the Guardian Civic League, vice president of the Philadelphia chapter of NAACP, and she said that is wrong, and we want to thank her for her leadership, standing up when other people did not dare to stand up. But she was out front, along with Emmanuel Bussey, I see him right there, DKOD, standing for what is right. That takes some courage. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. All right, at this time, let me have some of our community leader presidents pop up real quick. We don't have a lot of time, but we have the Vietnamese president come up. We have the Turkish community. We have the Lair. We have the Chinese community. Come on up real quick. We don't have a lot of time. We're going to have you run up and come down, because we got to do this real quickly. I know we have Quang Mac over there. He's going to be up shortly. All right. 30 seconds.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. How is everyone today? Good? I want to hear it. Good? Yes. We are here today to support our councilman. My name is MJ with my friends here. We represent the Vietnamese community of Greater Philadelphia. And we are here to send a message. One simple word: unity. We want to stop the hate, stop the violence, stop the discrimination. Everyone is on the same stage, which is unity. We are with you, my brothers and sisters. We love our community. We love Philadelphia. And we are here for you.
We're here to condemn all the hatred against the Asian people. Thank you for us to share.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, we got to do the Joanna McClinton video. She is the House Minority Leader. Let's get her video on.
Hi, I'm State Representative Joanna McClinton, and I'm in Harrisburg today, but I'd like to thank my neighbor and my friend, my constituent, Councilman David Oh, for stepping up to make sure that there is a unifying message, not only in Philadelphia, but through all of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. There is absolutely no place for hate. And for my Asian American, Pacific Islander brothers, sisters, neighbors, and friends, know that the African American community stands proudly with you. We're making sure that the legislature takes these crimes seriously and that there are real repercussions so it doesn't continue to spread. We are all definitely better together. Thank you.
All right, listen, we're going to give you a musical break with the amazing Del P. He is the winner of PHL Live Hip Hop, and we have a finalist, Jay Reezy, the amazing voice of Jay Reezy. Come on up. R&B Artist of the Year at the Hip Hop Awards. Listen, the thing about them, they got great music. They are loved. They're all positive. All positive rap, all positive lyrics. We're going to give you Jay Reezy, Del P, and then we'll be right back at you.
Let's get them
How y'all
L's
doing?
up.
Let's
get them L's up, y'all. Let's say stop the violence. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. The people are the power. The people are the power. If y'all with me, say yeah. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's move this out the way. Y'all ready to have some fun? Y'all like real hip hop? Put your fists up. Music with a message. Who remember self-destruction? Who remember we're all in the same game? That's what this is right now. We're all in the same game. Black, white, Asian, Latino. Say hip hop lives. Hip hop lives. Hip hop lives. Hip hop lives. I'm ready when y'all ready. Let's go, Peasy. It's cool. Yeah. Can I get y'all to way, 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 way. Check it. Nah, I ain't got a lot of views or a bunch of fake followers. That's not the move. But from the solid type, I'm approved. Except for who I'm comfortable. What I got to prove. My mom tried to warn me. Most will not be for me. Won't like it or post a comment, but they watch your story. Might be acting sleep, but they eyes be on me. Won't believe till I'm on that podcast with Nori. Or Black TV, next till I vet MVP. They be rhyming like See the God and Angela Yee. They got it there to tell me keep working. Like I don't know, they hope I fold. Keep lurking. Created my own wave, keep surfing. Spin painters and layup like G. Gervin. Big play for lyricism returning. So in the accolades, P. earned them. I came to set it, tell them laying better. Just had my money straight, I ain't taking debit. They ain't gotta like it long as they respect it. The ones that fronted on me know that they regret it. I'm making way more noise than they expected. Control the game while they the contestants. Legendary King B's, here to make it great from MCs. Again,
I chose to make a lane before I played
now
the game.
get your hands up.
So never
Get your hands up. Get your hands up.
I knew this
Get your hands
all
up.
the days of
Hey.
I wish everybody would. Can y'all say the same?
Now say unify, die, unify, die. Let's build each other up instead of crucify. Unify, die, unify, die. The best is yet to come. Follow the signs. Some just hate his skill and some don't. Some will and some won't. But who am I to judge? Well respected, connected, making moves without a plug. Westbrook flows and boosts, I drop a triple dub. Hoping I lose, but they know how I move. Stand on my lonely land and hold me showing I brew. Shine bright, me and this mic tight, smoking your cube. Stick together, brothers don't want no smoke, keep it cool. Please advise them, stop being dead. I see them giant, sitting on my back in this way. Need a proxy.
Lane taking they self, no need to mop them. Ain't paying BZ, ACDC, I keep it rocking. Grew up in the time when they was junior black mobbing. Was on the stoop wildin', Gucci rap album. Off the top, no need to script it. When the rise, I see you vivid. On my grind, I reach a ticket. Places stopping me, forget it. Jewel dropper, solid as a rock. Move proper, got true honor. My word is my bond, superb wordplay. I ain't got a curse when I rhyme. None before me, none to come. First of my kind, can't spin me with a 360. Way too many hours in. Time to strip in the city. Babies need empowerment. Hurt me staying bottled in. Murder rate towering. Gay bitter need a relief. It's y'all following. Make some noise.
I chose to make a lane before I played the game.
Hands
so
up.
never in jeopardy.
Hands
Became
up.
my name.
Hands
I knew
up.
the sun would shine for all
Hands
the days
up.
of rain. I
Hands
wish
up.
everybody would. Can y'all say the same?
We said unify, die, unify, die. Let's build each other up instead of crucify. Unify, die, unify, die. The best is yet to come. Follow the sign. Yes, sir. Yeah. How y'all feeling out there? That's what I'm talking about. I need y'all to repeat after me. Unify, die.
Unify God.
I said unify, die.
Unify God.
Listen, I need y'all to put your fists up because we got a song currently playing on BET. And it's called By Any Means. And we're talking about the gun violence. We're talking about all the hate that's going on. We're addressing it. And we're from Philadelphia. And we're trying to make it better for everybody.
Make some noise for that,
Make some noise for that, y'all. If y'all listen closely, I don't curse. I don't degrade women. I don't talk about drugs. I don't talk about killing. And we still gonna vibe.
Music with a message.
Y'all ready? Let's go. I need y'all to put your L's up.
We gotta stop the violence, stop the hate. Protect our babies, respect our queens.
I need everybody to go like this, man. I need everybody in here. Yeah. 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 What you say, Reezy?
Can't keep killing babies, nah, 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 nah.
We can't.
Gotta protect our queens, da, 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 da.
We got to.
Love is all we need, da, 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 da.
That's right.
Love is all we need, da, 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 da. You gotta stop and look inside your soul. You gotta know just what to do.
What?
Love is all we need, da, 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 da.
That's right.
Love is all we need, pray to God, da, da.
Kings must protect the queens and offspring. Nowadays that generation don't know what that law means. Never seen so many females and babies slaughtered. Killers wreaking havoc, and the family paying for it. Instead of rallying against it, they support it. Instead of trying to be assistants, they record it. Something gotta give, ain't nothing G about it. First Amendment, it's only right we speak about it. City full of demons, that's how it seems. When kids can't even trick or treat on Halloween. No pics, so they hit whoever on the scene. Shoot first, days later, that's a normal thing. World full of walking zombies, what's wrong with them? They warring over blocks that don't belong to them. Missing women and children gotta stay strong for them. Jails I thought, it's time to make a soul for them.
Can't keep killing babies, nah, 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 nah.
That's right.
Gotta protect our queens, da, 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 da.
That's right.
Love is all we need, da, 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 da.
That's right.
Love is all we need, da, 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 da. You gotta stop and look inside your soul. Know just what to do. Love is all we need, da, 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 da. Love is all we need, pray to God.
Hey, Reezy, turn on the news. Immediately another sad story of a homicide that weakens me.
It weakens me.
What happened to order and having decency? Repeatedly, out of control, the credit's about to roll. Misguided youth, why the loose, the devil got their soul. Gotta be mindful of the company you keep. You're guilty by association, nothing is sweet.
What we hear?
Cop sirens interrupt us in our sleep. When is enough gonna be enough? We want some peace. Negativity's a trend, that's what's keeping us down. Crazy chili, paper Philly, we needing it now. Numbers don't lie, count the losses. Many lose their life, most times they not the target. Government showing there's no remorse in times of darkness. Brothers step up, it's up to us to try to solve it. Let's go.
Can't keep killing babies, nah, 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 nah. Gotta protect our queens,
hey.
da, 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 da. Hey. Love is all we need, da, 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 da.
That's right.
Love is all we need, da, 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 da.
You gotta stop.
Look inside your soul, you gotta know just what to do. Love is all we need, da 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 da. Love is all we need, brother.
Can't keep killing babies.
Gotta protect the queen, da 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 da. Love is all we need, da 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 da. Love is all we need, da 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 da. You gotta stop. Look inside your soul, you gotta know just what to do. Love is all we need, da 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 da. Love is all we need, da 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 da.
Love you, bro.
Shout out to everybody here. Love you too, bro.
Yeah. Y'all feeling that? I say, is y'all feeling that?
All right.
Is that a good job?
Yeah.
Say that's a good job.
That's a good job.
All right, listen. I got a song, right? We got emotional and all that, right? But we gonna have fun. So y'all know John is a nationally known word created in Philadelphia. And what do John mean, y'all? A person, a place, or a thing. So when I say you comfortable with being you, I need y'all to say that's a good jump. Strong belief that God gonna see us through.
Where Mr. Muhammad?
That's a good jump. Made a vow to always keep it true.
Sure, Carlos doesn't come up here.
Real won't be denied. We multiply, push on. I need everybody hands up. I'm gonna get out of here on a good note.
All right.
Let's do it. Hey, 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 Philly. Let's let the world know you comfortable with being you. Strong belief that God will see us through. If you follow, always keep it true. Real won't be denied. We multiply, push on. You comfortable with being you. Strong belief that God will see us through. If you follow, always keep it true. Real won't be denied. We multiply, push on. As I recline on my flight to the ain't preparing to land. Thought that I will offer advice, sharing the plan. And it was man shit what I learned, years in the jam. Trying to gain the win, race spirits get in demand. Seems that battle was uphill. Masters the one real. Rather put their cash in these anthems, make the young kill. That's dumb ill, that ain't what hurt vision. Hip hop was built to unify, not to cause murder victims. So here's some words of wisdom. You might just learn something. Observe and listen. Do what's best for you. Following the crowd, the worst decision. The ones that claim they hard, the first that snitching. By any means, I'ma make mine. Heart of a lion, made me a giant like Saquon. Type to stay calm, heavy at your light talk. And that's the man like Bryce Harper. Had a right offer. Comfortable with being you. Sure believe that God will see us through. If you follow, always keep it true. Real will be denied, we multiply. Y'all comfortable with being you. Sure believe that God will see us through. If you follow, always keep it true. Real will be denied, we multiply. 82nd year, the 20th century. The great one sent me here. Was born to make history. Options, losses. I carry the burden, make it regardless what don't end us. Turn us to winners. Stay on target. Mission is subtle. Game face, Benny the fumble. Twist it up. Get a quick buck. Benny the fumble. Always go with your gut feeling. Showers go for what they know. We must go for what's trending. Like sipping dirty Sprites, not knowing what's in them. Popular voices out here to poison. Much venom. Stay alert. Instead of better, they make it worse. Before I sell my soul, I'm doing labor work. Punching the clock to finance my brand, love it or not. People stand me to chant. Course they want me to pop. Revolutionary. Got them frightened. Truly scary. The truth, show it better than tell it if you should dare. Comfortable with being you. That's a good job. Sure believe that God will see us through. If you follow, always keep it true. That's a good job. Real will be denied, we multiply. Push on. You're comfortable with being you. That's a good job. Sure believe that God will see us through. That's a good job. If you follow, always keep it true. That's a good job. I'm gonna give y'all some Philly history. Push on. Same section in schoolie studying Fresh Prince. Who they picking and taking back to the essence? Give y'all a lesson. Uptown Theater, Georgie Woods introducing the legend. That boy was good. History, Billy Paul, Teddy P, superb singers. Music with messages, mission to make the world cleaner. A thorough dreamer, I bring it to existence. Shout out to DJs, we need their assistance. Groove, Jeff, KD and Cash Money, pioneers in the city. Behind the wheel, they get busy. My man Handline behind me, acting with me, who's stopping it? Yeah, the underdog is obvious. Act along with boss, I'll shine with rhymes. Playing like Brandon Grant, way ahead of your time. I know many in Philly act reckless and do crime, but free with me and welcome home to the move now.
Comfortable with being you.
That's a sure believe that God gon' see us through. If you fight, I always keep it true. Real won't be denied, we multiply and push on. You're comfortable with being you. Sure believe that God gon' see us through. If you fight, I always keep it true. Real won't be denied, we multiply and push on. Much love, everybody. I go by the name of Del P.
All right, that's Del P. Del P,
What's up?
Reezy.
What's up, man? Thank you, bro. Appreciate
All right, thank you.
Follow me at Del P 215.
Del P 215. All right. Okay, listen, we're back at it. We're going to bring up Quang Mac, Malik Muhammad. They are from the Police Asian American Advisory Committee with a quick word.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My brother and sister, I'm a former officer of South Vietnam. I know and experience about the violence in my country. That's the reason why I come here. I volunteer to working for the law enforcement, would give the peace and safety for all the Asian people. That's why we request all of you. I don't care about you come from Europe, South Africa, or might come from the Asia. We treat all of you with respect and ask all of you to treat all of us and Asian people with equally. And we request all of you to dialogue with us. Never use violence.
Never use violence.
Never use violence. Because it's not the solution for the resolution for all of us.
Quang Mac is the chairman of the Philadelphia Police Asian American Advisory Committee. Vice Chairman Malik Muhammad. Colonel Mac was a prisoner of war after Vietnam War. He went through a lot of hardship and re-education, but he is telling you to join the Philadelphia Asian American Police Commission. Help out to make sure everyone is communicating, whether they speak English or not, to the Philadelphia Police Department.
That's the reason why I request all of you to shake hands and communication with all of us, because I think communication breakdown will take all of us problem. And I request all of you, please see all of us and your brother and sister together, work together. Thank you.
All right, and Malik Muhammad.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. David Oh, Councilman, to bring us here together and to bring more focus of our right, respect, and dignity. We just want to give a clear message. Please not to mess with us. Please respect our children. Our parents taught us not to fight. It doesn't mean we cannot fight you back. We are here just for getting respect. I ask all of you, please respect Asian. We are here. We are American. We have the same right you have. We eat whatever you eat. We have same rights. So please do not harming our loved one, our parents, our kids, our family. As a children, our parents taught not to fight, but doesn't mean we cannot fight. We are currently facing an encounter, and just because we cannot speak fluent English does not mean we cannot fight. We do not have any problem with the black people. We do not have any problem with the white people. We are having a problem who are harming us, who are hurting us, who are killing our kids, our parents, our family. I still love you. Please respect our differences. We Asians have the same right like you have. Please, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And listen, we have the acting executive director of the Philadelphia Human Relations Commission, Randy Duque.
Good evening. Hi, I'm Randy Duque. I just wanted to actually come up here and let you know that regardless of race, color, creed, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, we're here to protect you. We know that hate is on the rise nationally and in the city, and we would just really want you to know that regardless of how serious you think it is, please, report. It's important that we know so that we can stop the hate. In the meantime, one way we can really deal with hate is by coming together proactively. Come together, learn about each other, learning about other cultures, and don't be isolated. We got to love one another, we got to respect one another, and we got to join together to fight all forms of hate. Thank you.
Okay, there we are, Randy Duque. Listen, we have Adam Zhu. You know him. He's the president of the Asian American Licensed Beverage Association, and he does a lot. We're going to start with Adam Zhu.
All right. Good afternoon, Chinatown.
James Duggan.
各位同胞、父亲那个兄弟姐妹们，大家下午好。I only want to talk about one thing. Please remember the politicians who really care about us. Do you remember their face? Today, from David Oh, Mark Skriller, and all the others. You all remember, right? All right. So what does that mean? Your vote. Remember, your vote make the final say. All right. If we do not vote the politicians we love and they really care about us, the city of Philadelphia will go nowhere. Doesn't matter how much we rally and how much we fight against, we are going nowhere. So that brings down to 6 days later, May 18th. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your votes in your hand. That will make a big difference for the safety of the city of Philadelphia. Remember, the district attorney will help us to keep the city safe and safer. So I strongly recommend, look at the banner over there.
You cannot campaign on stage.
All right. For our safety sake, for the city, safer city, just remember who to vote. That I can say, right? So that we can put more police officers on the street to defend us, to protect us. All right? So, and also the city councils, the politicians we love, so you can care. All right? So thank you so much, and have a good time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Adam Zhu. Adam does so much. He contributes so much money to help different organizations, Black, white, Hispanic, and Asian. He doesn't get a lot of credit, but that's what he does. Listen, we've got a special guy here. His name is James Duggan. He is an activist in the LGBTQ community, and he is the executive director of QFlix. James Duggan.
Good afternoon. I am humbled to stand before you as a fellow person who has suffered violence because of who he is. My community has suffered violence for who they are. As gay, lesbian, bi, transgender, and questioning people. We stand in complete and utter solidarity with our Asian brothers, sisters, and non-binary family members. QFlix was founded on one purpose: to tell the stories of the LGBTQ plus community, because we believe our stories are the soul of our community. These stories empower, they educate, and they inspire us to be better people. Your stories, the stories of our Black brothers and sisters, and our brown brothers and sisters, and our Native American brothers and sisters are important that we listen to, that we hear, and that we embrace, so that we can love as we wish to be loved. So as I walk away from you today, I ask you one thing. Is the power in our hands to stop violence and stop hatred? Or are we going to leave it in the hands of other people? I beg you, embrace your power to make a difference among us. Thank you.
The power's in our hands. Look, there's Jamal Johnson's coup. He says, stop shooting people, white, black, Asian. It doesn't matter, Latino. Don't shoot anybody. I'm going to ask James Duggan to stay here. We did a resolution. This is recognizing QFlix, Philadelphia, the largest LGBTQ film festival in the Mid-Atlantic region, and its parent organization, QFlix USA, and calling on Facebook to unlock the organization's QFlix Worcester account. What happens is they rely on social media just like I do and you do, and Facebook shut down their account for no reason. No reason. It's discrimination. It's wrong. We have to stand up for each other's rights, constitutional rights, and they should not be discriminated. And that's something we can all agree on. And this passed unanimously. James Duggan, he is an activist, a workhorse, a hardworking guy, but he's here to reach out to you, whoever you are, to stand with you. Let's stand with him.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
All right.
Very much.
Thank you, James. Solid guy. Solid guy. Okay, now we are going to bring up Daler Dimix, Sharat Temirov, Roman and Roman. They are community leaders, and they're going to stand with us. Let me tell you, he is the National Federation President of the Turkish community that is from outside Turkey. The Soviets moved all his people into Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and they are coming together. Daler is a national head of the Central Asian community. They both speak Russian. And then we have Roman Zhukov, Roman Kirillov. They're both Russian speaking as well. But they do a lot for our community, and they're here to stand with you.
Thank you, Mr. David. Thanks for organizing this event. And please, one more time, please, Philadelphia, no place for hate and no crime. Please, we want to, for future, bright future, no place for hate in Philadelphia. Thank you.
I had a speech. Whoa. I had a speech prepared, but let me talk from my heart. We came here from all over the world. People on the stage, people behind the stage, like in front of us. And we came here for one single reason: pursuit of happiness. And that happiness won't happen with hate. Despite politics, despite nationality, origin, religion, we got to unite. We got to stand together and pretty much love each other. Talk to your neighbor. Call your mom without a reason. Call your friend without anything. Just ask him how he's doing. Love each other, guys. And there shouldn't be no hate, because we came here for love, to the city of brotherly love. And since you are the best, we'll stand with you together. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. First of all, David, thank you so much for organizing this wonderful movement. This is great. I salute you for it. Northeast Philadelphia salutes you for it. Just really quickly wanted to say that Northeast Philly Connected represents over 40 different nationalities. And from all of us here, we want to say that we are here with you. We stand together with the Asian Americans, guys. We understand what you guys are going through, and we are with you. The very word united begins with 3 letters, you and I. Literally, you and I. It begins with you and I. So when everybody goes to sleep, just wish for good, be good, and good things will be around you, and the positive things will be around you. To end this, I'm going to quote my favorite comedy actor. He said, ELE, everybody love everybody. Will Ferrell.
All right, listen. And we have Delaire Dimick.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
All right.
I want to say 1,000 kind words about initiator and organizer this event. My brother, Mr. David Oh, Councilman. He totally changed my life in United States. I want to ask you, everybody, applaud for my brother, Mr. David Oh. Just a couple days ago, everybody knows we celebrated over Second World War. We celebrated victory. In that war was killed 50 million people. We don't have to do that again. Any hate will bring another war. I tell you something, guys. From United States in that war was served 50,000 Asian Americans. Now everybody who stand here, half of them Asian. I will prove for you how it's possible. Everybody have Samsung cell phone, Asian. Everybody have in his pocket MasterCard, Asian. Everybody have YouTube, Asian, Nvidia, Asian. So many things in our world, Asian. I am Asian too. I tell you something, guys. When usually we say Asian, we all represent Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Vietnamese. But around the world, 1,000 kind of Asian. One of them, I'm right here on this stage, Central Asian. This person bringing our community together. We hate all violations. We hate gun violations. We hate all hates. We against all hates. We against all hates. Let's go. Be together. Bring our community together. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. David.
Thank you, Dallaire. Thank you, Sharat.
Thank you.
We were at the iftar together a couple days ago for Ramadan, right? We were breaking the fast. All right, the Roman and Dallaire and Sharat.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you. We're going to give a little something to Roman and Roman. The reason is...
Where?
I came from Uzbekistan, but I came to this stage with United States flag because I hate when we divided us into nation, race, and other things.
Absolutely.
We have to be together. We are one nation. We are United States.
All
we are
right.
Philadelphian. We have to be together.
Okay, all right, let's hear it for them. We're going to move on to our program. Listen, I'm just going to tell you what they did. When the police could not answer the call because they were down in Center City, elderly people didn't know what to do. They got 300 people, and whenever someone called, even if they just said, I'm afraid because I heard a noise in my alley, they would send a car, check it out, and tell her it's okay. And they become a social service organization against suicide and other things. That's how it happens. Let's hear it for them. Okay. I'm going to take a second to say this, by the way. Listen, don't let other people tell your children your history. Don't let somebody else tell your children the history of your people because they get it wrong. And you are often the villain. Let me just say something obvious. Asian people make up 65% of the world. They're not white, they're not black, they're not brown. but in America, they're Asian. 65% of the world is only 5.6% of this nation. Now, let me ask you, are Asian people light-skinned people? No, they are not. Are they white-skinned people? No, they are not. They are yellow, they are brown, and they are black. You look at the Asians on this stage, from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, the islands, from Indonesia. Do we look like we're white? We're not. How come we're called white when we're not? Who said we're white? Some of us are light, some of us are dark, and some of us are black. Who is saying that we're white and light? It ain't us. Know your history, know who's talking about you, and know who is pitting you against someone else. I'm going to bring up my friends. This is Terry Stark Samad. This is Anthony Giordano. And we have with us the Honorable Imam Jamal Abdullah from the Masjid, Philadelphia Masjid. It is the largest masjid in Philadelphia. I'm going to tell you, this is one of the leaders in Philadelphia in the Muslim community, the Imam. This is Anthony Giordano, the founder of Stand Up South Philly, fighting crime. And this man here has 8 bullet holes in him. Is it 10? 8 bullet holes in him. He got shot 8 times, and that changed his life. He goes on the street and stops young people from killing each other. He doesn't have a PhD. He doesn't get funding. What he does is because he got shot 8 times, and he's going to tell you about what he does.
How y'all doing? My name is Terry Starks. I lead the city in the fight against gun violence. My program is Express Yourself Urban Crisis Response Center, but I'm actually here for the world right now. The world is calling for peace, and what we're seeing across the world is mass mayhem. Just right now, we got a call in Southwest Philly. 5 people just got shot in the crowd. So what we seeing all across the world with Asian hate, all across the world, what we developed inside the poor communities is a community affairs coalition. We're going to be meeting at the Met, and our first obligation is to create a citywide tour. It's going to be a tour. The tour is basically representing all in the same gang. We all are a part of Adam and Eve. We all came from 2 people, and 2 people made all of us. And at the end of the day, we got to get back to that. So our goal is to unite everybody with one message in Philadelphia, so we won't be all over the place. My name is Terry Starks, and I'm just here for the people, y'all. Thank y'all.
All right, Terry. All right, Anthony.
Thank you, Councilman, for having me here tonight. I'm honored to speak today, and I'm glad you welcome me here. Good evening, everyone. I'm Anthony Giordano, along with my wife, Lisa. I'm founder of a group called Stand Up Philadelphia. Stand Up South Philadelphia is where we started. We're a group of concerned citizens who share resources and ideas on how to restore safety and order to neighborhoods all across our city. Okay, we love our city, and we want to make Philadelphia a great place to live and work for all people, all walks of life. Okay, we don't discriminate against anyone, black, white, Asian American, Latinos, gays, bisexuals, transgenders. Everyone is welcome in our organization, Stand Up South Philadelphia. Okay? Though the circumstances bringing us together today are unpleasant, I'm happy to be here because any opportunity to get to know our neighbors better is worthwhile for everyone. I bring a message from more than 12,000 members of Stand Up Philadelphia. I want you to know that we support our Asian brothers and sisters. We stand with you against violence and crime. We pledge to work together to find ways to rid streets of the drugs, which are the root cause of so much crime in our city. We live in a world that's divided. We are divided by misunderstandings leading to fear, and that fear leads to anger. Anger leads to violence. I believe the first step, the baby step in solving the crime problem is to getting to know our neighbors like we're doing here tonight. If we take the time to get to know each other, We might find that we want the same things for our children, for our families, for our parents. Okay? Safe neighborhoods, good jobs, good schools, a better future for our children. We can't have these things if we allow these thugs and criminals to dictate how we live our lives. The quality of lives in our neighborhoods depend on our people, our communities uniting. We started over a year ago with 65 members, and like I've said, we have almost 13,000 people. Our hashtag is Unite. We preach unity. We got to put unity back into our communities. We must watch out for each other, regardless, like I said, of race, color, or creed. We're all neighbors. If we stand united against crime and violence, we'll send a message to these thugs and criminals that we're not easy targets. Our neighborhoods will become safer. So make a commitment today, everyone. Make a commitment today. Reach out your hand. Reach out your hand and show friendship to a stranger. If we do enough, house by house, block by block, neighbor by neighbor, neighborhood by neighborhood, we'll become the city of brotherly love like we're meant to be. Okay? I will go anywhere in the city. I will walk with anyone in the city hand in hand. I pledge to you with my organization that we will stand hand in hand with the Asian community, and we will walk with you. Put the cameras down when the violence is happening and stand up. The key is to stand up against these criminals and thugs. Take them all the way to court. Do not back down. Send a message to your neighborhood that you will not be pushed around, and we will not allow this violence to continue and the hatred to continue throughout our city or anywhere in this world. It's time to stand up. God bless everyone here, and if anyone ever needs anyone from Stand Up South Philadelphia, we are here 100% with you. Thank you, Councilman.
Anthony, this is for you, for all your work, protecting communities. Terry Starks, stopping gun violence. Let's hear it for them. We're going to bring up our next group, and that's going to be Imam, and then we have ADL, we have the Jewish Federation, right, Laura Frank? And we have Dr. Dunkley from the Jamaica diaspora, and Emmanuel Bussey from Professionals for Progress, also DKOD, different kind of Democrat. All right, let's start with the Imam.
Thanks, Councilman.
All right. All right, we got everybody up here. There's Dr. Eric Eady from AFRICOM. That is 16 African Caribbean communities. We have, well, I think that's it. Let's start with the Imam. Imam Jamil Abdullah from the Philadelphia Masjid.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to thank Councilman David Oh for extending an invitation for me and the Muslim community to be here. I'm the Imam of the Philadelphia Masjid, one of the largest African-American communities here in West Philadelphia. And I came on behalf of supporting the Asian community. You know, whenever there's a cry and there's human being that's being hurt, you know, all of us should feel the pain. All of us should feel the pain of the sadness that is existing in the world that we live in. We're living in a world today that has really lost its humanity. And when we find an environment like that, not only do we have to be men and women to stand up and speak up against the injustices that we're seeing existing in the society, but the men have to be strong and courageous. We have to take our neighborhoods back. We have to stand up for moral excellence. We have to stand up for dignity. But more importantly, we have to get to know each other. We don't know each other. We don't know each other like we should. We should be able to come in each other's community. We should be able to break bread together. We should be able to sit down and just share the commonalities that we all have. Almighty God says that He's created nations and tribes so that they may love each other, so that they may get to know each other, they respect each other, and they may work together to build a better society. You know, so we're here as a Muslim community, that we're here lending our support. Whatever we can do to be of support to the Asian community, because we're but one human family. one human family working together so that we all can live together in an environment that we can have peace, that our children can grow up, that our children and our elders can walk the streets in peace, that they can do the things that this country here in America has provided for us. But the problem is systemic, and it goes way back. We have to address the mental ills that is affecting the society that we live in. We have a lot of mental illnesses, and it didn't just start today. We have to go back to what we see existing in the environment that we live in and begin to change what has been existing for a long time. And though the Asians, you're suffering, African Americans in this country have been suffering since they came here off the ships from slavery. And we have to see the connections that we have, that all of us have to work together. We have to love each other. We have to respect each other. We have to work together. We have to see the commonalities that we all have together. And we started a movement here at the Philadelphia Masjid, and it's called Crucial. And what we're seeing today in the society, it is very crucial that as men and women coming together to unite as oneness to help solve some of the problems that we see existing in our environment. It's not about any ethnicity. It doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter what your religious persuasions are. But if you're concerned about living a good, decent life and working together so that we can have an environment that all of us can feel safe, then we should work together collectively, respect each other. So my love is to the Asian community, and I pray that your love is to the African American community and all other ethnic groups. Let's work together and let's strive as one human family, doing what Almighty God has called us to do, so that perchance He may extend His mercy and His blessings to all of us. Again, I'd like to thank you. The Muslim community, we're here. We're lending our support. The Philadelphia Masjid, our doors is open. Come and see us. Come break bread with us. Come sit down and talk to us, as we'll come and break bread with you and talk to you so we can get to know you, so we can work together as one human family. Thank you very much. May God's mercy and blessings be upon each and every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Bussey. I'm with Professionals for Progress. That's 80 activists and community leaders in the city of Philadelphia. But I want to know one thing. Are you guys serious about stopping the violence in this city? If you're serious, you want to do what we have a superstar. This person volunteered with David O when she was 14 years of age. She then went to community college, and I met her when she was at community college. She worked a full-time job and still came and volunteered with 80 black and brown people. An Asian woman, 20 years of age, an Asian woman came and volunteered with 80 black and brown people to stop gun violence. I love this young lady, Davina. Davina Singh, come up here. Come up here. This, for me, is all about Davina Singh, because if you're serious about stopping the violence, you will do what Davina Singh did as an Asian. Not just Asian hate, it stopped the violence on everybody. Davina, where you at? Come here. I love this young lady. Let me tell you something. She inspires me. When you are inspired, you can move mountains. Every time this young lady is on our calls, every time she comes out to our rally, this is the only Asian young lady that ever joined our organization with 80 black and brown people to stop violence in the black community. Until you decide to stop violence in the black community, the brown community, you will never stop the violence in the Asian community. You have to be like Davina. I thank you guys. Good night.
All right.
Watagwan! Wagwan! Greetings and salutations from the Jamaica diaspora, Northeast United States. We represent over 2 million Jamaican nationals in the United States, and we're here today not only to stand, but we will walk, we will run, we will swim, because we support Councilman David O and the entire Asian American Pacific Islander community to say no to hate, no to hatred, no to discrimination, and no to oppression. And we are here represented. We have all of the organizations. We have our honorary council, Christopher Chaplin. We have Barbara Wilson, Caribbean Festival Committee. We have Donahue Bailey, the state lead for Pennsylvania. And we have none other than Audrey Porter from the Ghetto Pot Empire. So we are here to stand with you today to let you know that we're going to break down, we're going to mash down any hate. Hate against the Asian community is hate against the black community, is hate against the Indian community, and we stand together. When it comes to gun violence, Councilman O, we have to get serious. For too long we have been talking, and our words are not enough. Our words are no longer good enough. It is urgent. We are dying. It is young black boys dying. I used to be a principal in Philadelphia. John Chin is my friend. Mabel is my friend. I've been to Mabel's restaurant on many occasions. So I know this community, and our words are no longer enough. So let our families, our schools, our churches, our community organizations, we have to band together to end gun violence. 2021 is our year, and I'm counting. This city councilman, David O, is one of the few who reached out to our community to help with COVID-19. So we are here to let you know that we're standing with you.
Thank you.
So
We're
one
gonna
love,
stand
you
with
say
them.
one heart. One love. One love. One love. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Dunkley. They did a letter supporting the Asian American community, the Jamaica diaspora. We're going to stand with them, right? We're going to stand with them. Absolutely. So look, now we have Shira Goodman of the Anti-Defamation League, Laura Frank of the Jewish Community Relations Council. Let's give them a warm round of applause.
Thank you so much, Councilman O. The Anti-Defamation League is so proud to be here today. Our mission is to fight hate, and we've always believed we cannot fight hate against Jews in the Jewish community unless we fight every form of hate. We cannot do it alone. In fact, the people who hate, they want to divide us. They want to isolate us. They want to keep us separate. That is what makes them strong. When we stand together against hate, that is the vaccine that Rob was talking about. When we have anti-hate speech, that is how we counter the hate. So we will stand together. We will stand with you. We will be here when you need support, because we know that is the only way to fight hate. Hate against one of us is hate against all of us. And as far as gun violence, Councilman O knows before I came to the ADL, that was my mission. It remains a strong mission in my heart. We know that when hate is allowed to escalate unchecked, from biased thoughts to speech to racist jokes, it leads to violence. So we need to interrupt it. We need to disarm hate and stand together. And the ADL and the Jewish community is here to do that with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Laura Frank.
Hi, thank you everybody so much. Thank you, Councilman O. You've been such a good friend to us. We're so honored to be your friend. Thank you for having us tonight. I like you, I've just been so inspired by what everybody who has said here. And I think this reminds me, like, what is the most important thing about unity? It doesn't mean we don't share the same opinions, we don't share the same religion, but we are united in our goals. And I'm so encouraged to see us all come together, all of us here today, different beliefs, different religions, different backgrounds, to address this urgent and dangerous juxtaposition of anti-Asian, AAPI hate, and the proliferation of gun violence and crime. The people, the groups that spread this racist hate and the stereotypes that incite the violence and champion even laxer gun laws, we know who they are. We call them out. We reject them. But just as dangerous is the spread and widespread spread of public apathy and indifference. When we talk in the Jewish community, we talk about our greatest trauma, our Holocaust. We say the phrase, the road to Auschwitz was built by hate, but paved by indifference. Through our collective history, all of us, we've often seen the devastating consequences when small factions of evil and hate are allowed to thrive because the rest of us are indifferent. The rest of us don't speak up. the rest of us don't take action. As we go from here, we join you, the Jewish community joins you, in the pledge to continue to speak out and educate our communities about racism, bigotry, and hate. We will continue to mourn and to tell the stories of those that were taken by the senseless gun violence. And we will always remember that it is our duty, every single one of us, we are all responsible for preventing these acts from hate from happening again. For as we say in our community, if not now, who? If not now, when? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Listen, we have Dr. Eric Eady. He's a guy who gets involved. He's a smart man, I know personally. But listen, he's put together and represents 16 African Caribbean communities in Philadelphia. And he is a guy who has stood with you, and we are going to stand with him and his communities. Dr. Eady?
Thank you, Councilman David Oh. How can't we be here? Simply, as we hear about gun violence, as we hear about discrimination against the Asian community, how can't we be here? How can I, on behalf of the Coalition of African and Caribbean Immigrant Communities in Philadelphia, be in our midst today to support you one more time? I should be in here because I know that tomorrow you will also be in support of any other community if there is any gun violence or any other hate. So we support you, and that's why we're here. There is another reason why I support you. I am also a professor of human rights at Thomas Jefferson University, East Fall campus. And one thing that we talk about is democracy is supposed to be one of the best channels for the provision, the protection, and the enforcement of human rights. But at the same time, as we know that the walls or the Berlin Wall, according to President Obama when he was campaigning in 2008, in Berlin said the Berlin Wall came down, but at the same time, you know what? Many other walls came up, and those walls are stronger. What are those walls? They are the walls of religious intolerance. They are the walls of racism. They are the walls of any kind of negativism, and we need to crumble or tear those walls down. If not, your human security, your human safety will be at stake, and the value, the ideal of democracy will never stand. That's the message I have for you. We are in support. We are in support of you. Amen.
All right.
Thank you, Dr.
Dr. Eady. Thank you. I know everybody's super busy. Thanks for being here to stand with us. The next group coming up, Yolanda Bryant, April McBride, Bridget Powell. We have one more group after that, and then we're going to listen to American Dinosaur. You don't want to miss them. Oh, absolutely. American Dinosaur. Got to love them. Listen, right here from Philadelphia. I'm going to introduce these three ladies. They are special ladies. Let me tell you what they do. They fight for children. Children who have been taken from their houses. Children who have been taken from their mothers and their fathers. Children who are separated from their brothers and sisters. You know who took them? The Philadelphia government took them. Department of Human Services took them. Now, DHS does a lot of wonderful things, but taking children from families and then subjecting them to abuse is not a good thing, and they are fighting for children. This is Yolanda Bryant, this is April McBride, this is Bridget Powell. They're from Faith, and I'll let them do their thing.
Good evening. As David O said, we came to him maybe about 3 years ago, and he was probably the only person in City Council who actually took the time out, looked at our records, and says, you know what, there is a problem. And as he said before, we're not saying everything the DHS does is wrong, but there's a lot of wrong that they're doing. They're separating families. They're separating siblings, and this all is connected to gun violence. I mean, we just lost a little girl named Libby Carter, and she was a part of DHS. She was missing since October. So she was in this system, and she was only 13. So our thing is, yes, they do some good things, But some of the things they do are wrong, and these parents, despite what they do, they make them jump through hoops. They make families like myself. They separate children, and it's just not fair. I mean, I'm a school nurse of 25 years. There shouldn't be a reason why my niece is not with me. But DHS is saying family friend is equal to blood relative, and that's just not right.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is April McBride, and I want to speak about gun violence and also DHS. Back in 2002, Mayor John F. Street, he implemented a program called Operation Safe Streets. In that year, that time of his term, the streets was clear. There was no violence, well, minimal violence. And the streets were safe for our children to play in the playgrounds, to walk to school, and also for the women, they weren't getting raped as much. So on top of that, how can the streets be safe if you're taking the children away from good parents? I'm not saying all parents are the greatest parents or good parents, but DHS purposely take kids away from good parents as well as parents that need assistance. And then they put them in these homes that abuse them, take advantage of them for funding, federal funding, Title IV funding. I sat in on one of their meetings, and it stated that they have a monthly quota that they need to meet to take children in order to get this funding. Now, in order for us to have Operation Safe Streets again, we have to have Operation Safe Parents, and parents that are not going to be condemned by DHS and their cruelty.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yolanda Bryant. I'm the CEO and founder of Faith Organization, which is Families Are Important to Heal. I just want to thank Councilman David Oh for bringing us out here tonight. I'm a grandmother that's also fighting for 3 of my grandchildren that's in the system for corruption. My story is kind of long, so I'm not going to go over it, but I just want to tell everybody to remember why we out here today. The reason why we out here today is to stop the gun violence, stop the Asian hate, stop the crime. And a lot of these crimes happen because of angry parents, angry people that have been separated from their families, that have been separated, that have been back and forth in the system. They used to say that it was school to prison pipeline system, but now it's DHS to the pipeline system now, because the kids go into the foster care system, they be angry, these parents is angry, they wind up on drugs, you wonder why they under these bridges and these things is happening, and if we don't start helping families stay together, instead of separating families, this stuff and violence will continue in the city. Not only just with that, with the Asian hate, with the hate with black and brown people, that we need to join together as a community across the world to stop this violence. And I'm just here today to thank everybody for coming out here. Remember that we can all do this together. When you see something going on, you can pick up your phone. You can turn on your lights, turn on your porch lights. There's crimes that's happening in our city. If we don't join together, then it's going to continue to happen. They say no snitching, but it's no snitching when your family is being buried. There's no laws on, where's the laws on no snitching? So I'm out here tonight to tell y'all to remember one thing. Stop the hate, stop the violence, stop the homicides in the city of Philadelphia. And remember on May the 18th, when you vote, y'all have the power to change things. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. We're going to bring up the next group. I'm going to tell you that I went through the file. I looked at all the evidence. Children wrongfully taken when there was no abuse, and then other children taken. It's a crime. All right, let's bring out Stephen Zhu, George Che, Sangyu Na, Judy Yu, and Sharon Hartz. In the meantime, American Dinosaur is going to get ready to take the stage. All right. Okay. We have some things. I'm going to start with Judy Yu. She is the president of the Federation of Korean American Organizations, Associations in the USA Northeast.
I'm not going to give a speech. I'll call the
Hello, my friends and all the community members. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I want to make special thanks to our City Councilman David Oh for hosting this great event tonight. On behalf of Federation of Korean American Associations of Northeastern USA, I am very honored to be here to stand together. We stand together to stop the gun violence in our community. We stand together to stop Asian hate in our community. We stand together to stop the crime in our community. Let's have a peace and safety instead of violence. Let's have love and support instead of hate. Let's have healing and collaboration instead of crime. No more violence, no more hate, and no more crime. Thank you so much for standing together. Thank you.
Sheriff, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, let me hear back. Hello, everyone. All right, show me your hand. Okay, clap. Hand, show me your hands. One, clap, clap. Everybody clap. One. We belong. We belong. Repeat. We belong. Okay, we try next time. Thank you. Thank you so much, Councilman David Oh. My name is Sharon Hart, the president of the Korean Association of Greater Philadelphia. The Korean American Association is dedicated to serving 70 Korean Americans in the Greater Philadelphia area. There are approximately 2,500 small business owners who are Korean American in Philadelphia. One of our priorities has been to build relationships across different communities, and these relationships are more important now than ever before. We believe the only way to lead a positive change is through community building and allyship. Positive change is achieved through understanding and community alliance. We're committed to support not only our fellow Asian Americans, but all Americans during this time, and we work tirelessly to achieve positive change and peace. Thank you so much for all coming, especially, I'm not by myself. We have a Korean Association of Senior Citizenship. Please stand. Please 일어나세요. And we have a Montgomery County Citizen Association, and we do have a Korean Chamber Association, and they're all standing there. We have Veteran Association. Thank you all for supporting, and we are together. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Bring the whole community together, Councilman David Oh. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sharon Hart is the president of the Korean Association of Greater Philadelphia. We have our Korean American veterans here, and so let's give them a warm round of applause. Well, I'm going to bring up Stephen Zhu from the Chinese Restaurant Association. Come on right up here.
Okay, thank you, Councilman, for your make today's rally. We need to stop Asian hate. We need to stop hate crime, school violence, gun violence. Okay, thank you, Councilman, for your effort today. Make a great event.
I'm just going to say this. Look, whenever I need to do something, whether it's supporting a group in the African American community, the Latino community, whenever I do it, when I did Kevin Hart Day, remember Kevin Hart came to Philadelphia? I told you I don't have any money. You know who I go to? I go to people like Stephen Zhu and Adam Zhu, and they give the money. They don't get the credit. A lot of times when you see those book bags and coats, they gave the money. They gave the money Nobody ever thanks them. I'm going to tell you a story. I took a young lady. She didn't have enough money to finish her 4th year of college at Holy Family, needed one more year. She needed $8,000 in 2 weeks. And I took her to the Chinese restaurant banquet, and I told them, this young lady who's African American lives right 2 blocks from me. She needs $8,000. And you know what they did? They raised $5,000 right on the spot. You know, it's terrible that people think because they don't speak English, they work in a Chinese restaurant, they don't care. They do care. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's what they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you for Councilman service. Therefore, we need to. Okay, thank you.
Now I'm going to tell you about Sang Yuna, who stepped down. I want him to come here. He's not going to say anything. He never does. This man is an immigrant from Korea. He doesn't speak English. He has a business. You know what he does? For the last 6 years, he donates $5,000 to $10,000 to buy school supplies for underserved inner city kids in Philadelphia's public schools. He's bought over $36,000 of computers, laptops. He's done sports equipment. You know, that's what this man has done. Now, when I deliver those things, because we work with the principal, we ask the principal, what do your kids need? They tell us. And then when we deliver the high definition television, the reading material, he never wants to come. But I tell him to come. You know why? It's not for him. It's for the kids. The kids are wonderful kids. They're African American kids. They need to know that a man who doesn't speak English, who doesn't look like them, loves them enough to buy them the things they need. It's for them. They need to know that they are loved. And for that, I appreciate what he does. And it's important to let people know that you love them, even if you don't look like them. Thank you very much for being here once again. Listen, another $10,000 is coming to school kids in our city. Now, this is George Chat. He's got a fantastic group. They do great things. We're recognizing him because when there was a need in Philadelphia, remember when our sanitation workers, they couldn't get any PPE? George Chad delivered. When our veterans needed PPE, George Chad delivered. He is with the Philip Jason Memorial Center, the health center, and let me introduce to him and his wonderful program.
Good evening. Yeah, I represent the Philip Jason Memorial Foundation. Dr. Philip Jason is one of the earliest Asian Americans with naturalized U.S. citizenship in 1890. So 130 years ago, Dr. Jason talked about unity and democracy. Now we see that democracy is being challenged, and we talk about the unity today. So how do we do unity? I was going to give a speech, but I decided not to do it, and there's a reason for it. Because when I came in, I saw this sign that these kids were putting together. To do unity, we got to have a strong partnerships and strong solidarity. So how do we do that? And look at this sign, Stop Black Asian Hate. See, it's not about just Asian American. It's about people with all colors. Here, our children is teaching us how to do unity. So that's why I brought them over here, and we should thank them. And we should learn from these kids of how to do, how to live. This is not the America that we want to live these children with. And so we learn from them. And also look at it. Our seniors are afraid to go to public places. And again, this is not the America that we want to live with. So again, I want to thank our youth for their volunteer services. And as we move forward, and we should learn from them, and we should also protect them. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much, George Che. And that's our certificate. We're going to bring up our last group before American Dinosaur comes. So I'm going to ask David Sang, Shalu Panus, Hanny White, Seth Williams, Ken Wong, and Stephanie Sun to come on up.
Hold on, where y'all going?
Let's start with David Sang, representing our Cambodian community. Dave, take it away. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Oh. Thank you. I won't give you the same speech, but I just want to thank the Black community, white community, Asian community, and Hispanic community, other community that's coming out here this evening to support the unity of our community. Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love and sister affection. We cannot fight hate with hate. We have to fight hate with love. And that's why you are here today. And it shows that we are united with our brother and sister. And I thank you for being here to support our community. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are. You know, we bleed the same. Okay? You saw my daughter. She's here. Davina. You know, from young. That's how I taught her. See no color. You know? Judge the people by the content of their character. Okay? Show the love. And you will receive. You know? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hani White. I'm representing Indonesian community. We are from South Philadelphia. 20 years ago, my husband walking the South Philadelphia street and get jumped, get beaten. And a couple years ago, my community leader here, Pastor Tenny Landena, his car gets shot multiple times, and he need to live at that block for years and years. So we know how the way we live in South Philadelphia, majority of our community suffer. And then fast forward, just a couple months ago, the same thing. Our kids, our young kids get jumped in the same street where 20 years ago, my husband get jumped. So please, let's unite. I'm talking for our son, our kids, our daughter, just like David, how he bring his son and his daughter working on this event. Me too. I want my two sons here listen to us and learn from us and spread the love, because we are abundance, we are love, we are joy, and that's all what we need to teach our kids. And we really appreciate Councilman David Oh to put Asian education for school district of City Philadelphia. That's much important. Our kids need to know our history. The same thing with us. We need to teach them their history so we know for sure that the next generation learn the best from us. Thank you.
We are standing here to act against hate crime. We are standing here for a short, strong message. Everyone deserves to live safe. Let's make Philadelphia become the city of peace, the city of love.
All right. Hey, listen, I should say this. I didn't announce it. I forgot. We did a resolution that the school district should teach Asian American history in the month of May. And they are. They're teaching Asian American history to all the grades in the month of May. Thank you very much. All right, listen, it is my pleasure to introduce this gentleman who's doing a lot with job training. He has something to say. He had a platform when he was district attorney of Philadelphia. He went to prison. He went to jail. But he has a different kind of platform now, reaching out to those who need a second chance. Seth Williams.
Stop the violence. Stop the hate. Stop the violence. Stop the hate. Amen. I'm here with you in the shadows of the Peace Gate. to support my good friend and Central High School graduate, David Oh.
All right.
We are here to stand against violence. We're here to stand against gun violence and hatred. A lot of wonderful words have been spoken here today. David told me I could talk for 2 hours, but I won't do that. I have 60 seconds to let you know, and to paraphrase a wonderful man, that we have to be the change we want to see in the world. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. So as we leave here today, when you're at home at dinner with your family and you hear someone say something that's hate, address it. When you're at a restaurant, the gas station, the Wawa, anywhere, together we must be the change we want to see. So again, thank you, Councilman O. Thank you, everyone that organized this for all of us. As we walk away, continue to stand against hate. Thank you.
All right. And this is Ken Wong, former chairman of the Governor's Commission on Asian American Affairs and a former White House commissioner, currently the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army.
Councilman O, thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for coming out here today and taking time out of your day to make a statement, to help us make a statement about how we have to treat one another and how we have to get rid of hate. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of what's going on, it's our fault. It's our fault because we have not done enough together as a community. It's our fault for not always stepping up and speaking for people who can't speak for themselves. So the only thing I wanted to, I heard earlier today that these events are great and nobody remembers a thing about it. Everybody's going to go home and a lot of things will happen, and what happens today in the last couple hours, you won't remember. So I'm going to challenge everybody here to think about what you can do to make a difference. And I'm going to challenge you every day to do something to make a difference in how we treat one another, how we stand up for one another, and how we can defeat racism and hate together, because we can only do it together. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. This is Shalo Panus. He is the president of the Malayali Association South Asian, and he is here to stand with us.
Good evening. Hi, my name is Shalu. I am here talking for the South Indian community. I am a restaurant owner in Northeast Philadelphia, and I am a father of 4 kids. Hello. Hey. So, today is a new beginning. Councilman David Oh had laid the foundation stone for a new beginning which is going to be in the part of history. We have around 35,000 Indian families living in Northeast Philadelphia. We can make some noise, but as immigrants together, our noise will be loud enough to be heard for some changes to happen. We live in the land of freedom. We live in the city of brotherly love. So there's no place for hate. We might look different in color. We might speak different languages. But end of the day, we are of the same blood and the same flesh created by the same God. I just tell a strong word which was taught to us by Mahatma Gandhi. He taught us ahimsa. Respect everybody and don't harm nobody. We are all together in the fight. Thank you, Councilman David O. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. And listen, we have Stephanie Sun, Executive Director of the Governor's Commission on Asian American Affairs.
Thank you, Councilman, and good morning. Oh, I'm sorry, you see how excited I am. Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephanie Song, serving as the Executive Director of the Governor's Commission on Asian Pacific American Affairs. Together with me today here, we also have our Commissioner Randy Duque, our Commissioner Nguyen Cheng, and also our former Chair, Ken Wong, and also our former member, Honey White, together with us. It's our privilege to join you in this very important moment. As Governor Tom Wolf says, gun violence in Pennsylvania has to stop. Governor Tom Wolf urges everyone to join him in standing in support with our Asian and Asian American community to stop anti-Asian hate. To all people who experience or witness a hate crime or discrimination, you are not alone. We know it's happening around us every day. And to all different kinds of people, not just Asian. Asian can exist in so many different ways and in so many different layers. When you speak out, you will find out there are so many people standing with you and supporting you. When an incident of discrimination occurs, it's very important to call it out and draw attention to it right away on the spot. Because otherwise, it may just slip by. It will become normalized and even encourage people to do it more often to a wider population. That being said, if we as adults will not even stand up or do something when we've been wrong, when we see it happen to others, then what kind of role model we're setting for the younger generations? In the end, I think it's all comes down to humanity, about how we treat each other as human beings and what kind of human beings we want to be. With our voices together, we're strong. Hate has no place in Pennsylvania. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Stephanie from the Governor's Commission. This is Plex. Plex is with the Philly Hip Hop Awards. He's with the Urban Celebrity Magazine. He is an artist, musician, and he is representing all the folks with Philly hip hop community.
Yes. How you guys doing today? All right. First of all, I want to give David Oh, Councilman David Oh, his flowers while he's here, because he's always been a real big supporter of the Philly Hip Hop Awards in the music industry here in Philly as a whole. So can we give him a hand real quick for putting everything together today? So I'm here. I am the executive producer, the co-executive producer of the Philly Hip Hop Awards, along with my partner, Jimmy the Saint, that couldn't be here. But we're here to represent for today, and the actual topic of the day is we're fighting hate. We're fighting all kinds of racism, because at the end of the day, this is America, right? Okay, so that means it's a melting pot, a beautiful melting pot of black, white, Asian, whatever you may be. If you made it here, then you're part of America, right? Okay, so in that note, we're going to fight racism. We're going to fight hate, because at the end of the day, that's a disease. And that's a disease that we're going to have to remedy together. So as long as we sit together and do this, we can do it. If anything we learned from the 2020 election is that once we all get together as minorities, we can move mountains. So just know that it's more of us than them, but when we all come together, nothing can stop us. Thank you, David O.
All right, thank you, Plex. All right, man. Okay, listen, we got another group coming up. John Chin is going to be up here in a second. In the meantime, we're going to give you a break. I'm leaving this stage. This is American Dinosaur. They're going to give you a set. They're going to rock you right now.
Thank you, thank you. How's everyone feeling out there?
Check. All right, give it up for all the speakers. Everyone was great. We're all here to celebrate unity, anti-Asian hate, and and get rid of all types of gun violence. So, keep it peaceful out there. It's all about the love. and it grows. With your ball and your chain, she tell you that's just way. I see you there every time it just fades, but not like the sun. They pull me in like the sun of a gun, keep at horizon. You don't love me anymore.
Close my eyes and I'll see you dancing. Do you see me when you close your shoes? And every kiss that I don't get, another life, another leave, another one more try. I close my eyes and I see you dance. Do you see me when you close your eyes? Every kiss that we don't get, another lie that we don't live. Mama did so much freedom when we do.
Thank you, thank you. Got one more for you.
Hey, we got two more for you here. Once again, we're American Dinosaur. It's our pleasure to be here supporting the cause today. We thank everybody else for coming out, showing your support.
The love.
Stop the gun violence, but responsible gun ownership is okay.
Someday, my hand to take you, my mind, hey, ooh, keep telling that easy. Take it and show me the way. I always knew I had to go someday. My mind, hey, ooh, do you know about anything? destiny. She's calling you out. She wants all of her plans to be falling down in the dark. She's been waiting for you to want to. She's been so patient, but now she wants you. She's been waiting for me to notice. She's been so patient, but now she wants me.
Thank you.
Our last song here is called Burn Carolina. You can find the music video for it on YouTube. And you can stream the song everywhere. So if you like it, go save it on your library.
Take off the mask, get in the bath, try to relax and drop out. Focus the lens, witness the man, heavy is the hand, I don't mind. I think it's related to all things that we made it. nothing left. Take off the mask, get in the back, try to relax. Don't freak out, stick to the plan. What's in demand? Run if you can. Don't look aside, you see that you're crazy. And God, yes, you know you ain't lazy. Don't it hurt so bad when you give it all you got, but you run out of gas? You can't get to where you wanna go. I know. Don't it hurt so bad when you give it all you got to the phonies, but it never lasts. You got nothing left. Don't it hurt so bad when you give it all you got to the ponies, but you run out of cash? Well, don't it hurt so bad when you give it all you got, but you can't understand why you should right on. Don't it hurt so bad when you give it all you got, but you run out of gas and you can't get to where you wanna go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're American Dinosaur.
Thanks for all this money.
Stop all the hate. Spread the love. Give it up for David O.
All right, American Dinosaur, thank you very much. Always great to have you guys here. Thank you. Well, listen, this is John Chin, and he is going to take over the second half for all you folks out there. Been waiting. This ends the portion of the Community Unity Rally. Now we're going to go to the local community, which is Chinatown, and all that's happening, taking back the streets of Chinatown. Thank you very much, John. You're taking it on from here.
All right.